Happy hump day. Hi. It's Wednesday. I don't know the date. I think it's the 9th? I don't know. It's in December, you guys. We're in December. Sorry. I know my nose itches. I have allergies. I'm always like one step away from sneezing, and you know you can't do that anymore or ever again. You can't sneeze. You can't cough. You can't look tired. You definitely can't say that you can't smell anything or taste anything. Water brought to you by Tupperware. And I'm going to put these little Mio drops, Mio energy drops, whenever I get them open. This is my first water of the day. I did not get around to drinking. I've been trying to drink a full glass of water right before I eat breakfast, but I actually ran out of the house this morning because I have a meeting like first thing at the hospital. So I'm on my way up there to see my boss and all that good stuff. Okay, so the week's going well. How's your week going? This is a good time to check in on Wednesdays with yourself. Like, have a little check-in, have a little chat with yourself. How's it going with your goals? Whoop! I'll tell you with mine, doing really, really well on water. I walked Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday this week so far. Sunday and Monday. Monday I walked over a couple of miles with my friend. Sunday I walked a long ways with my hubby. Yesterday I just did a 20-minute walk. But yesterday I had like a pickle attack. I've been trying to identify snacks for myself that don't impose a lot of like calorie density, carbohydrate density, you know, that they're just like yummy, crunchy snacks. And I don't know if you guys ever get the Vlasic, the refrigerated pickles. They're a little pricier, but they're always like cold and they're in the supermarket. They're delicious. They have a great crunch. Well, yesterday I had 4 halves. So basically I had 2 whole pickles. I don't know if I was craving salty and crunchy. I guess I was. That's not a normal thing for me. Normally I'll have like a pickle spear or half a pickle or something every once in a while. And yesterday I had a full-on pickle attack to the point where my husband took the jar of pickles away. And yes, I am hormonal right now. I'm 48, so don't anybody ask me about pregnancy. That's not, it's just hormones. So I've been doing daily weights. I had someone make a comment and I could tell that they hadn't watched my previous video. Let me tell you why I'm doing daily weights again, just to clarify. I'm not expecting to see like that I've lost weight. I know every day you fluctuate. It's more about I see differences on the scale depending on what I eat the previous day. I just do ups and downs and all sorts of things. Like this morning, I was up from yesterday a pound, even though I had a perfect day yesterday in terms of my plan. I was up a pound on the scale, but it was from Picklegate 2020. We had some pickle problems. And I like that information, like what sodium and eating out does to me. Like I really like the day-to-day. And then also in the evenings, it keeps me from going completely bonkers because I have that shut-off time for snack, my evening snack. I have my little shut-off time. And then for what, it's like a head game, you guys. So I know that we're looking at overall trends. And when I talk about over the last year going like this, that's been my overall trend, up and down about 10 to 15 pounds, up and down. And my day-to-day trend I'm not looking at. That's more just motivation, information for me. Then also it's really helpful, I think, if you weigh yourself weekly. If you've been doing daily weights, you can say, okay, well, I got on the scale on Saturday, I was up 2 pounds, but the day before that, I had been down a couple of pounds. So I think this is a big water fluctuation, and it seems to be like, you know, it's coming, and you also know that you were down during the week. So for me, it's like there's no surprise on Saturday, and I can say, maybe I was up a couple pounds because of pickles, but I know that overall I've been down this week, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. It's just a little extra information. It's helpful to me. I know a lot of you guys do once a month, or you don't weigh, and that's cool. You do whatever works for you. I'm always sort of manipulating the tools out there to give me some extra information and data because I like it. It's kind of like checking your blood pressure every day, which I do a lot of instruction with moms that have to check and record their blood pressures on a daily basis. I also have moms that have to check their blood sugars. I feel like this is just more numbers and data that helps us sort of evaluate what we're doing with our bodies. Our bodies are so complex. You know, you can't take a daily weight and say, this is what's going on, you know. You have to look at overall trends. Just like blood pressure. Blood pressure is the same way. And that's why physicians, you have to have, they don't just take one high blood pressure out of all your blood pressures and diagnose you with chronic hypertension. They say, okay, you're trending. This is your trend. We've noticed that you've had, you know, high blood pressures for several days and now over a period of time or whatever. You know, however they diagnose that. In OB, we do different things. So, I don't know what cardiologists do. But in OB, you know, our moms are pregnant. So as soon as they start having these high blood pressures of 140 over 90 or higher, we start doing lab work and things, and we're looking at preeclampsia and chronic hypertension. So it's just different diagnostically. Okay, why am I getting off on that? I don't know. So check your weight or don't. It's your body. It's your scale. If you want to smash it, I get it. If you enjoy it, I like my scale. This home scale that I've had, I really like it. It's really consistent in terms of I know what my body's doing based on the number on that scale. I don't know if you guys can identify with this, but when you are used to your scale, like even if it's off, I remember we used to have a scale that was always like 7 pounds high. And I got used to that scale. So when I would go into WW, I'd be like, okay, WW says this, but my scale says this. And I was, you know, you just get used to your scale. Like I would not want to change scales right now. Although I would really love one of those scales that the weight goes directly into your phone and tracks it for you. I think that'd be cool. Right now I'm just using a free daily tracker that I talked about. You guys can just look up, you know, daily weight tracker or something on your Play Store and find an app that you can track daily. But mine gives me a little graph, and it's hysterical because it's like like every day, you know. But then you can look at the year-long trend, and it's like, ooh. I'm still using iTrackBites to track my calories and macros, just so you guys know. I'm still using that tool, and I really like it. So kudos to iTrackBites for having so many different ways that we can track. I love that. I really, really love it. I want to talk a little bit about, sorry, I'm having heating problems. I want to talk a little bit about recovery. And this was sort of my thought for this morning. As you guys know, I spend a little bit of time listening to like podcasts, or I have a workbook I'm going through right now, or reading every day to kind of keep myself going in this area, just like I would anything else in my life, just like my spiritual life or my work life. You know, every day you do something in that realm, kind of keep yourself in orbit, as we say. But this morning, I actually was talking to my husband, and it was a very brief conversation, but we have a good friend from college who is in alcoholism recovery. And I don't know a lot about alcoholism. I have very, basic understanding, and then of course I refer out to the experts. But there's different types of recovery programs, and our friend has been through like AA and like a 30-day and different things. the addiction is so intense for this person that they are now in a 1-year like residential recovery program and away from their family and work, and just talk about like the disruption to what we think of as a normal rhythm in life in order to recover and be a whole person, and what kind of dedication and commitment that takes. And then when this person gets out of recovery, they have the rest of their lives to work that recovery with their sponsor, and they may have to go back at some point. I really just, that sounds so much more difficult than what I'm doing, but there are so many parallels there to obesity and how it very much does interrupt the rhythm of your life. I was talking to my health coach about my why, and I talked to you guys a little bit about how I've kind of identified my why is this, it's more of a feeling. It's not like this concrete thing. And we were going into that a little bit, and I was talking about my very most favorite thing to do is swim. I love swimming. And I still swim, you know, we went to see my parents. My dad had just had surgery and everything in October. And we went and, you know, we had a very careful visit where we stayed on the beach in my parents' condo. And then we just saw my parents, and, you know, we were careful and everything. And I did some video of my mom's house here on YouTube. But when I go swimming in the ocean or the pool, which I just did in October, and I was at a higher weight, I was at 250-ish, somewhere in there. My obesity takes something away from that. And I don't even know that I've given it permission to do that. I'm not really sure. There's a lot involved. There's a lot to unpack there, as we say. There's a lot to unpack. But it starts with this whole idea of, I want to go down to the pool or the ocean, but putting on a swimsuit is a reminder to me that I don't like the way that my body looks in a swimsuit. And, you know, I've been like 220s in there and put on a swimsuit and like the way that I look in a swimsuit. So it's not that I have some unrealistic idea of how I'm going to look in a swimsuit, but it's like that moment of recognition of, I could be doing better. Okay. There is that every time I put on a swimsuit. Then there is there's the self-esteem piece, and then there is the shame piece of it, where you don't want to be seen in a bathing suit. I'm trying to be real transparent with y'all. And then also there's the physicality of not being able to do as many things on the beach or whatever. So we did a lot of walking in Florida, and you guys, I was hurting. Normally I could walk on the sand, and the sand on the Florida beach that we were on is really hard packed. So it's almost like feels like walking on concrete. It's really easy to walk on. But I was feeling it in my back, and I just was really feeling it, and I wasn't able to do as much as I'm normally able to do. I just feel like my stamina is not there. So here's this thing that I love, and it is impacted by me, by my obesity. And I remember like one time we went, when the boys were little, we went on a family trip, and we stayed in a condo on the beach, and I was even heavier. I was in my 270s, and I didn't go down to the beach, you guys. I maybe went a couple of times. My husband went down with the boys to the beach, and I brought, a couple of books, and I remember sitting out on the balcony and watching them and not going down because I didn't want to put a bathing suit on. Like, I clearly remember that. I hate that I've allowed this thing to steal those times away from me, and I hate the way that I feel. during those experiences. So when I talk about my why, I don't want to feel that way. I want to be able to put on a swimsuit and have it be like, okay, and then move on and not be in this place. And in Florida, it was so funny. I saw so many active people that were, in their 70s, so much more active at the beach than myself. Like, they just look like they walked every day, and I don't know. I hope that makes sense. It's so hard to verbalize to you guys the stuff that is in my head, but I try to do it because I'm hoping that you identify and that we can flip some of this and make it a positive. So I've been trying to flip those negative feelings and thoughts and think about what I do want to feel so that we can put it into a why. Like, I want to enjoy being at the beach. I want to enjoy how I feel in a bathing suit. I want to feel energetic and I want to be pain-free when I'm walking at the beach. Stuff like that. I want to go to the local pool here more. I have a membership here at the pool, but I don't want to put on a swimsuit, you guys. That's just the reality. I have a lot of other reasons why I don't go, but the main one is I don't want to put on a swimsuit. I don't feel good about myself, and it impacts me. And I think there are people out there that would say, get over it. Not that easy, you guys. I'm 48 years old. This has been a lifelong battle, and it's been feelings. And so a lot of times we're like, just put the swimsuit on anyway, go out there. I do that. But there are times that I don't, and I want to change that. So anyway, that was some of the work that we were doing on my why, and I've been trying to understand my why a little bit more, that it's more about like a feeling, or it's not just about, we have people that are like, I want to fit into my size 12 wedding dress that I bought. Well, yes, you have the dress, but that's not really the motivator. It's how are you going to feel on your wedding day when you step into that size 12 dress and it zips up and you can let that go and enjoy the rest of the day. Like, it's this feeling, or at least I think it is. I could be totally wrong. I'm sure you guys will tell me if I am. So that's where I'm at today. Everything's going well on plan. I'm drinking some water to flush out the salt. I'm going to try not to eat so many pickles today and continue to track what I'm eating. I've got a meeting and then I've got patient visits. We got our house decorations up. Loves it. So really fun to put lights up this year. Anything to do with the holidays just seems like a relief from everything else going on. It's so good. I'm really trying to minimize again my intake of like news and all that stuff. So there's not a lot I can do about it except for just like pray and be kind to the people around me, especially regarding like coronavirus and all the stuff going on with that. As a nurse, I can only do what I can do and just be kind and love the people around me, which is a tall order. I was telling my friend Heather when we were walking, because she was talking about the things she's learned about herself in 2020, and I told her, I said, I learned that I don't love people the way that I thought that I did. I love people, you guys. But if I don't like you, chances are I don't really love you either. And so it's really revealed to me, like, that I think that I'm one way, but the reality is that I harbor a lot of things inside, that people really irritate the crap out of me. So the call is to rise above that irritation and continue to be kind to everybody, and that is hard in this day and age. I don't care who you are or what you believe or blah, blah, blah. We're being challenged, like seriously challenged. So anyway, I want to send some love out to you all. If you need it out there, you have it from me. My name, Amy, means love in French. It is a French name, and that's why my parents named me that. They were going to name me Joy. I'm really glad they didn't. That doesn't suit me, but they named me Love instead. So I love you all. Stay in orbit out there. I will talk to you soon. Bye.